And with that, we have come to an end of the show presented by us, Vivians. The message of chapter 15 in a nutshell is: in order to attain a state of perfection, we must liberate ourselves from selfish attachments of any kind. And one ultimately becomes the self within. One becomes the perfect self, Purushottama. Now I invite Satish Uncle to speak.
The first thing that I would like to do is to thank everyone who attended this show, despite being in different time zones. Thank you very much. And before I conclude, I would also like to announce the release of a small magazine from the senior VijnAnVikAs students who have passed out from here and gone on to lead different academic career as well as professions in different parts of the world. Many of them have contributed to a small magazine on the musings, called the Musings of the Wise, on COVID situations and their reflections on that. So for this, I am inviting our chief guest, Sri K.R. Nair, to accept a copy of the magazine. And the others probably will get this through our forums. So I'm going to now release this magazine, which consists of various articles by the senior Vivians. And, I'm just giving it to the Sri K.R. Nair now, and he would have actually received it through email now. And I hope we will be actually distributing this later on.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And as Mr. K.R. Nair, if you have anything, you can definitely speak a few words.
Yeah, the entire program was more of a learning process, an enlightenment, and so it went off very happy. The amount of participation, the joy with which everyone is thinking, and a lot of messages. As I mentioned in my earlier speech, that it is the love for what you do that makes you feel very happy. And I think this evening made everyone happy. And this book also is a reflection of the happiness of a lot of people who have been part of this. And let us hope that there will be more such books, and the reflection of the people's joy out of this gathering which we have. In this note, very happy to be part of here. Thank you for the invitation and able to speak a few words. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nair. So, in fact, we through this process of learning the 15th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, the children of the VijnAnVikAs have been attending these classes throughout the year. This last year, that is 2019-2020, till now, we have been teaching them, and they have been going through the process of learning, chanting the Bhagavad chapter 15, and then understanding the meaning, reflecting on it, and connecting with personal experiences, and as well as practicing it in the daily life. So that is that process of practice, know, reflect, apply, which is what is summarized in the 12th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, which is the summum bonum of what Sri K.R. Nair also was talking about: devotion. Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasat jnanat dhyanam vishishyate dhyanat karma balatyagas tyagas shantiranandaram. That process is exactly what we follow in our regular classes. 15th chapter we covered in 1 year, and all you would have noticed that about 45 students of the VijnAnVikAs currently who are attending the classes have taken part in this show. There are about another 12 to 15 new students who joined in the last couple of months who have not been able to participate. but otherwise, 42 students, 45 students actually, as well as about 12 to 13 parents also joined in, chipped in, including and senior Vivian, vice Vivians also participated, contributed, and some of the grandparents who are visiting the UAE also chipped in with their contributions. We are thankful to every one of them. Anyhow, those names will be announced a little bit later. But as a process of concluding, we have this 15th chapter. In our life, in the path of life, we are always faced with the choices to make of between the path of pleasant and the path of good, and the amount of viveka, discrimination that we bring forth into our being to choose the path of the good and then stick to that using virya, the strength of the mind, of dispassion. That signifies your success. The viveka and the virya coming together, the qualities of man and the quality of strength of an animal, the Narasimha avatar taking part within yourself is what exactly brings the joys of the self to the fore. That is killing Hiranyakashipu, which is your tendencies to go after the path of pleasure. Pleasure is always represented by gold, or the instant satiations, and Hiranyakashipu represents that cloaked in gold condition of every human being. So Hiranyakashipus within us should be killed by Viveka and Virya coming together. That is the Narasimha avatar, and that is basically what takes you to perfection, excellence, and stardom. Or even in the path of good, if you still choose to be selfish and with the joys of the BMI, you are still given a chance to take a U-turn using Viveka and Virya and come back and then again take the joys of the self path. Or as selfishness, doing good, you can be average and good and land up in that kind of a situation. In the first choice, if you take the path of the pleasant, you are definitely taking the path of the ravine where you can get lost. I, mine feelings, mamatvam, pride, mana and moha, delusion, sangadosha, bad company, kama, lust, dvandha bhava, etc. These are the things that really anchor your progress. Whereas if you take the path of good, then, and the selfless path of the joys of the self, then you are strengthened by altruism, humbleness and truthfulness, without mana and moha. Nirmana moha and conquering Jida Sangadosha, that is conquering or shunning bad company, Adhyatma Nitya, always rooted in that joys of the inner self, in the firm conviction that the Brahman, the infinite self, is right within us, and that we are no different for anyone. Not only that, we are all powerful, and that we have the capabilities within us to really optimize our performance. Dvandhaya Vimukta, by freeing ourselves from dichotomies, and staying with equanimity of mind, Shuka Dukkha Samatva. So this is the sum total of the Bhagavad Gita's wisdom, which is encapsulated in the 15th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, which you can call as the summary of Bhagavad Gita. So it is the sum total of Bhagavad Gita in one chapter, and that is exactly what we have shown here. And I hope all of you would have got some message out of this. And before we get into other credits, I would like also to place my all pranams at all the various sources of the Bhagavad Gita, Adishankara, from Adishankaracharya, Sri Satya Sai Baba, Swami Chinmayananda, Swami Shivananda, International Gita Society, and of course the Chinmaya International Foundation, where I have had the great fortune of undergoing courses in Bhagavad Gita, Foundation Vedanta, Advanced Vedanta, and the Upanishads. And then of course in this material world of science and technology, there are tremendous amount of work that is going on in the fields of cognitive sciences, neurosciences, management sciences, and computing sciences, that is opening up tremendous knowledge on the mind, the intellect, and the ways of thinking, which completely match with all the observations of our forefathers in the Vedic wisdom of the Upanishads. And so we in fact, all this program has been recorded using social distancing as one of the conditions that we have to have during this time. So you would have seen various elements of the skits, dance, everything, all being done in different houses, individuals, and then coming together as a kind of show for all of us, keeping the conditions of social distancing, etc., done there. And now I request Arjun to give the vote of thanks and before we show the credits.
It's now time to conclude the show. But before we do so, I would like to mention the people without whom this wouldn't have been possible. Firstly, I would like to thank all the Vivian parents for their constant support and guidance, without which it would have been extremely difficult for us to conduct this show. A huge thanks to the audience for spending their time this Sunday evening to watch the performances. On behalf of all Vivians, I would like to thank Satish Uncle and Bintu Auntie for being the backbone of the show. I would also like to thank Saruba Chechi for her love and support. She has been guiding us all for the past so many years with so much of patience and dedication. We are so grateful to you, Saruba Chechi. I would like to place on record a special thanks to Mr. M. Rajashekharan Nair, Dhruv's grandfather, who was so sporting to join us to play the role of Apupa in the skit. Thank you, Apupa. My auntie, Vidyanti, Manoj uncle, the three pillars of support and strength. You have worked tirelessly to make this program a success. Thank you so much for your time and efforts. We sincerely appreciate the love and care you have for us. A big thank you to the wise Vivians who have reached out from all over the world and extended their wholehearted support. And finally, to all my dear Vivians, let us all be grateful for the fact that we have been able to study and understand Purushottama Yoga, chapter 15 of the Bhagavad Gita. And with all the current limitations, we were able to put up a great show. Well done, Vivians. Once again, thank you everyone and wish you all a very good night.
കേൾക്കാൻ വയ്യ കേട്ടോ,
Your voice.
പറഞ്ഞു കേട്ടില്ല.
Yeah. Once again, thanks to everyone. Have a good evening and a good night.
Everybody can unmute their mic.
Okay, yes.
Great program, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, teacher.
നിങ്ങളാണ് താരം കേട്ടോ. ധ്രുവ് അടിപൊളിയായിരുന്നു.
Satish, can you hear me?
Yes, Prabhu.
No,
Thanks for joining.
No problems. In Tamil there is a very famous cinema dialogue. Last time, latest time, I came in the last half an hour and picked up everything what I needed to pick up on chapter 15. So beautifully summarized. Exactly. So.
Satish, Ram here.
Yes, Ram. Thank you so much. Ram.
The great surprise is K.R. Nair, my schoolmate, my classmate.
Yes. Oh, okay.
He was sitting in one bench in pre-degree.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. I think he has already logged off. Okay, probably I will talk to him. I will tell him.
Satish, why is Bindu Akka hiding? Akka's hiding. Huh? No, I know No, but the lamp is, you're trying to you're the lady behind the brightness, I think. Because the lamp is in the front or you're behind.
Okay.
Yes. That is Lada is Prabhu's.
That's me, Akka. I'm using her iPad, because mine was not charged.
Okay. That is good. Oh, okay. That is fine.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
बहुत अच्छा था program.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Bye, sir. Bye, sir. And
Bye.
thank you. Thank
Thank you, sir. Night.
Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Satish ji, hello. Bindu Chechi.
Yes. How is your quarantine going on?
Quarantine days കഴിഞ്ഞു കേട്ടോ ഇന്ന്.
I know. Oh, okay.
പക്ഷെ ഇന്ന് ഒരു ഡിസ്റ്റർബൻസും ഇല്ലാതെ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് കാണാൻ പറ്റി. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് വീഡിയോ ഓഫ് ചെയ്തിട്ടിരുന്നത്.
Okay.
ഓക്കെ.
Thank you.
പ്രോഗ്രാം ആസ് യൂഷ്വൽ പറയാനില്ല. എന്നത്തെ പോലെ ഏറ്റവും നല്ല പ്രോഗ്രാം.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
ഡിന്നർ പാഴ്സലും കൂടെ കിട്ടിയാ പോവായിരുന്നു.
സാധാരണ ചെയ്യുന്നത് ഇത്തവണ പറ്റില്ല, ഏതായാലും കോവിഡ് കാരണം.
പാഴ്സൽ ക്യാപ്റ്റൻ ജി എവിടെ പാഴ്സൽ ഇല്ലേ?
അതവിടെ കിട്ടിയില്ലേ?
കിട്ടിയില്ല, ഓടിച്ചില്ല.
രാജേഷ്, അക്ക ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ പൊറോട്ടാസ് മാത്രമേ കിട്ടുള്ളൂ കേട്ടോ. ബിന്ദു അക്ക ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ദാറ്റ്സ് ഓൺലി തിങ് അക്ക കൻ മേക്ക് വെൽ.
അയ്യോ, അത് അവിടെ കൊടുത്തയച്ചിരുന്നല്ലോ.
നിങ്ങൾ എത്തിയില്ലല്ലോ. കിട്ടാതെ ഞങ്ങള് സഭ പിരിയുന്നതായിരിക്കില്ല.
Sarupa, how was it? Sarupa.
Thank you, sir. It was a motivating experience for me. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
you. Nita.
Sarupa?
Yes, Auntie. It was lovely. Very happy to see everyone. Lovely show.
For all those who are still there and who do not know about her, Sarupa is the person who has choreographed all the dances and used to do that, and the mime, and hats off to her. Sitting in Chennai, she directed that now.
I'm still sitting in Chennai, but most of the work has been done by the kids. So I think all credit goes to them this time.
Sarupa, it was really good. It was almost like was a tribute to Sarah Khan, who passed away. Such a great choreographer. So it was like that.
Thank you. But I think mostly all the work was done by the kids themselves. All I did was just teach and took a few rehearsals, but they took over after that. I've been here for the last 3 months. It's all them. So it's not fair that I take credit for this.
No, it's very well done. You're being too humble, but excellent. It was really good.
But thank you. We're very happy that it's come out so well.
Yeah. Take on, when people give credit, take it on. And on a lighter note,
Thank you.
Too much humility is also a sign of ego.
Bharat Chechi, ഡൽഹിയിൽ എങ്ങനെയുണ്ട് സിറ്റുവേഷൻ?
It's a super program, huh?
Thank you, Sai.
It was very, very, very well organized. Flawless program. Everybody done a fabulous job.
Thank you, Sai.
Thank you.
It was a visual delight for us sitting here.
Thank you so much.
Yes, Bharat Chechi.
May 6th ഓർമ്മ വന്നു.